Hello. I hate these things. They don't work very well for me. It's like, is that better? Yeah, my trustees told me off earlier, so that wasn't very good. So we've got a microphone on the go. So if you were here for Professor Clotery's presentation, you would have heard the word stay active, stay fit, run marathons like my trustees are going to do next year. But more importantly, just have an active lifestyle and continue to do what you do. So we've got a Get Active panel led by Ian Tiny Morris. We're going to have a panel discussion with some questions around how do panels stay active or get active and lead those healthy lifestyles that Professor Lotery said we have to. So over to you, Ian. Hey.
So, good afternoon, everybody. So I'm severely sight impaired myself. I've only got light dark perception, so if you all file quietly out of the room, I won't know. So please don't. First thing I'm here to do is to reassure you. So obviously when you hear about an active panel, there is a risk that it's going to be over lycra-y. Nobody wants that. So I'm known as Tiny for obvious reasons. Those of you who don't have sight, I'm 6'4". I am north of 16 stone. Sadly, about 5 stone north of 16 stone. And whilst I'm an active cricketer and I go to the gym, I'm not doing cardio ever, but good people do. So I'm going to just let the panel introduce themselves, and then we'll go with the questions, and hopefully you'll have a good time. So, Jay, can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Certainly, yeah. Hi, my name's Jason Vesterval.
Wait. We need a mic.
Oh, there we go, Jay.
So, hi, yeah, thanks.
I'll get close.
Okay, hello. I'm really rubbish at this one. So, hi, I'm Jason Vesterval. Been registered blind for 9 years. Personally, I keep active by playing visually and blind golf. We got a stand downstairs. Further information, come and visit. And obviously we'll see how this all works out, no problem.
And pass to your left.
Hi, my name's Patricia Clements. I'm severely sight impaired, a bit like Ian here, and I've been registered
Could you speak
2 years.
Could you speak up a bit?
I'm trying to. Is that any better?
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? I'm holding it at the wrong angle, so I've got to hold it at 90 degrees. Yeah, severely sight impaired. I've been registered 2 years. I was a staff nurse, so I'm trying to use my nursing brain to help myself do things and keep active and do the things I always enjoyed, such as swimming and cycling and walking. I also tried the golf thing, I'll tell you about that later. Like Katie.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I also don't have a lot of vision. I've got light and dark perception and not much more. And I keep active by going to the gym, and I'm crazy and I do blind sailing.
Yeah, I've got one already. Is this for? Oh yeah, good. Hi there, my name's Tom McInerney. I am now retired. I had 30 years of working in sight loss, 16 with OpenSight, and 14 years with the macula, and I had to travel all over the UK for the macula, so I had to keep fit. But now I'm retired, I keep fit. We start the day off with a walk around the park with the dog, and then a tandem ride, and then a run, and that starts the day off really. So I've done the London Marathon twice, and so yeah, even just doing a short run or a short walk, that's what it's all about really. Thank you.
Marvellous. So having promised you that it wouldn't be too lycra-y, Tom has opened that up as our middle-aged man in lycra. So I'm going to throw the first...
Mammo is middle-aged man in lycra.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, and again, I always thought Tom's first name was actually Do You Know? Because everyone says, do you know Tom McNulty? And everybody usually answers yes. So I'm going to throw the first question to Tom, which is, thinking about barriers you might have faced to physical activity, you know, what are the most common things you faced and how have you overcome them?
I think really because some things like running, for example, it's just finding a running buddy, you know, because obviously the guide dog's not allowed to go running around marathons and things like that and training. So I think it's just finding a companion to do some of these things. It's the same with cycling. You need somebody with you, so it can be a bit of a barrier. So it's just trying to find a volunteer. And I think it's good to go along to some of the OpenSight groups or the Southampton site groups for people who are active there, and just hopefully find some volunteers that'll help come out and about with you. So I really think that's one of the biggest problems I had, was finding somebody to do the activities with.
Perfect, Tom. And any of our other panellists like to comment on overcoming barriers?
Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah, very much like Tom, it's finding someone to do things with you in the first place that you want to do. And I would suggest, highly recommend, I wish I'd done it ages ago, join one of the groups locally, and then you'll get to do loads of activities, things you never thought you even wanted to do, like blind golf, which I actually found really, really fun. And it's amazing. I just don't know why the Welsh and England team haven't got me on their side, because I was hitting it down that fairway like a pro. But no one could see, I know, but no.
It was the wrong way though.
Was it? Paul, you weren't even there. But you get to try all sorts of activities you never thought you were going to even try. I don't do heights when I can see. Now I can't see, it doesn't bother me. Go ape, here I go. Rock climbing, here I give it a go. And you're going with like-minded people who have the same challenges you have to varying degrees, and you all just support each other, and it's a really good fun. It does your self-esteem and your well-being the world of good.
Thank you. Yeah. For me personally, it's actually admitting that and asking for help. I struggled with that at first because I never really asked anybody for anything. And once you actually get diagnosed with individual problems, it's actually admitting to yourself first and foremost that you actually need help and support in any activity you do. But once you actually get involved with it and meet these people, you go to these groups, you meet up different people, and you start your conversations, you'll be very surprised how many like-minded people there are, and people actually all sat on the fence themselves. So it's not until you start the conversations and get the ball rolling, then things moved on from there. So if you can get that, changing your attitude as well, a lot of it, because you're living in a different life now. You're visually impaired. You do have a different life, but if you can break that barrier down and actually start conversations and admit to people that you do need help, you'd love to give this a try, but you need the support. The transport for issues. There's loads of things you can do, but a lot of us can't get there, for instance, or struggle on public transport. But once you get the conversations going, I've found there's so much support and like-minded people out there that want to try these things. It's literally just building up the friendships and actually admitting that, can you help me? Just saying them words, can you help me to achieve this? And for me, that's where my journey started. So it's a big thing.
Perfect, thank you, Jay. And if I move on to our second question, which is, how has regular physical activity affected your mental health and well-being? And seeing as we haven't heard from you yet, Kate, can I throw that one to you first?
Okay, so if I just explain, I'm sure everybody had a bit of it anyway. I actually didn't realise how much I personally used sailing as therapy until it was COVID. Even just being on the beach and walking by the sea was enough to make me actually think, oh, this feels better. Someone didn't turn their phone off. I'm going to point it out because I'm mean like that. But I find now I'm able to get active more. I do feel better mentally. I still don't sleep very well, but that's just me anyway. I'm a bad sleeper. But I have, when I do more regular activity, I have more energy. I want to do more activity, and I actually get fitter. If I just explain very briefly, I had a bad sailing accident about a year ago, so getting back to it has been very, very difficult to actually let my body fix itself, what with several different broken bones, and I'm lucky to be able to carry on and do what I want to do. And mentally I did hit a bit of a slump, as my friends and family will definitely vouch for me. but I'm back to almost where I was, and I've still got a long way to go. But if you don't try something, you'll never know how much it will help you, whether it be mentally or physically or both.
That's brilliant, thank you, Kate. Any of the other panelists?
Taking off Kate for a second. I'm a bit also, when you go along to various groups and you start doing activities, I love swimming. You can't really swim when you're in the water because you drown. But when you're ploughing up and down at either end, you get to talk to the other people in the pool, and your friendship groups grow. And being sight impaired is really isolating at the best of times. But if you can get out there and just increase your social groups in small little ways, it gives you more confidence emotionally and mentally as well as physically. And when you're fitter, I find I don't fall over quite so easily. I regain my balance a lot better. And I can wear my heels then. They're not like stilettos, but they're like platform wedgies. I do like those. But you can, your core strength just generally improves without you having to think about it, by just doing fun things with other people who become friends.
That's lovely, thank you. Anybody else want to chip in on that one?
Hi there, it's Tom again. Yeah, just been out and about, sometimes just going for a walk round the park. And it was funny the other day, somebody said, "Oh my goodness, you overtook me." I said, "Well, yeah, I can walk fast, And then somebody else said, "Oh gosh, he was out on his own the other day." Is he all right? And so yeah, it's just building up your confidence and just getting out there and being part of it. And like you were saying with the groups, it's good as well. But also just being with the general public and just being out chatting in the morning, just catching up with people. And we're involved in all sorts of groups, not just VI groups, but the dog walkers, everybody, and you just become part of it all, and it just helps to socialise. And like Kate said, it tires you out at the end of the day, so you can have a good sleep as well after it all. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I think being out on your own, Tom, was part of the restraining order that Eastleigh Borough Council. I don't think it has anything to do with vision. So, if we move on to, we'll move on to question 3, which is, can you share any strategies that have been particularly helpful in making physical activity more accessible and enjoyable? And if you're happy to take that one, Jay.
But again, my journey personally was about blindness, and at first using it as an excuse not to do things, because it seemed very simple. As a simple cop out, it's like, oh, I can't cope with that. It's too much. It's not enjoyable. I'll make a fool of myself, and you end up embarrassed and all that. So again, it's like basically my brother was a great leader and a great support, saying, look, you're not getting out of it anymore. It's like, you've beaten me for years of things, now it's I'm going to get my own back type thing. So it worked really well, but the main message is it doesn't have to be an excuse not to be active. Just because you struggle visually, it's not a boundary. There shouldn't be any boundaries still. I know there's certain things that are dangerous that we can't do and can't achieve, but most of the things are there and accessible, and with the right support, it's endless, honestly, it's endless. And for your mental well-being, for your friendship, for everything, and it's, you can lead a good, active, semi-normal life, so to speak,
Perfect, thank you, Jay.
Right. Going on to dangerous things, we did try doing axe throwing in Southampton, we probably couldn't do that. We actually walked into the enclosure and actually thought, if they did bounce off, we were too close because we couldn't see it coming back towards us. So, but we accepted that one. But we have done axe throwing and archery at other group things. And I really love swimming, so I go swimming. People at the pool are amazing. You talk to the staff, and they're really willing to help out. I can cope in the main lane. If there's like 2 other people plus me, 3 of us go, I can work out where they are. If there's more than that, or it's really busy, I just speak to the lifeguards, and they generally let me have a lane to myself, or get a quieter lane for me to swim in. With the Southampton site, they do an organised swimming session with the VI groups on a Thursday, which is really helpful for people who aren't as confident swimming. And when I've been visiting my son up in Wales, I've phoned up the local swimming pool and spoke to them and said, look, I'd like to come for a swim while I'm up here. Can I come down to the site? These are my issues. Can you give me a layout of the geography of the place? Can I listen to the pool? Work out where the end of the pool is, what sounds are around, when your quiet times of swimming are, and if I need help, how can I access your help? And we just organised something. We just worked out a system whereby they come and get me at 20 past the hour, get me to the changing room, so my son could pick me up on his way back from work and take me home. So it's just a case of, if you find something you like doing, there's no reason you can't continue doing it, as long as you are prepared to ask for help.
Brilliant, thank you, Trish.
And I said earlier that I'm a blind sailor. Looking at dangerous things, tall ship sailing is dangerous unless if you've not got the right help, advice and physical support. But for me, if you want to know dangerous stories, I have been able to helm a tall ship through like ridiculous seas, and I wasn't sick. I found it very fun because I'm stupid like that, really. And I completely forgot what I was going to say. I don't like that. Sorry. Yeah. So being able to helm, alright, I can't drive a car, but I can have the wheel of a ship. Alright, granted it's the middle of the ocean, or actually even being able to helm it into Leith Harbour when you've got the Greenpeace boat 3 metres ahead of you, you've got 10 metre clearance in total. That was pretty scary. I didn't know that until I actually berthed the ship alongside. But being able to do that with the help and support of others, it gives you that sense of empowerment. Okay, it's not regular activity, but all the other activity around what I do on a regular, pretty much daily basis helps me to personally build up to be able to do things like that kind of adventure.
Brilliant, thank you.
Can I just say, it's lovely once you do build up your confidence, you realise it's an advantage not being able to see sometimes, especially when you're abseiling off Spirica Tower. You know. And also done the zip ride in North Wales, and it was going 80 miles an hour, 500 foot up in the air, and it's certainly an advantage not being able to see then, that's for sure. I might have had reservations, I could still see. So yeah, just go out and enjoy it. And so we did the wall climbing at Rock Up at Whiteley, and I asked the instructor afterwards, I said, how did you find it, having visually impaired people doing it? He says, you lot went up quicker than sighted people, because you didn't have that fear. And you just do it all by touch and feel, find your way up and then just abseil down. So yeah, there's just lots to do, and I think the groups do help, you know, to build up your confidence, because you see other people doing it and you think, oh, well, if they can do it, why can't I? And that's what the peer support's so important. We learn so much from each other, and I'm still learning now 40 years after being registered blind. And
Brilliant. Thank you. I am just going to chip in a little bit myself. So when I first started at the gym manager sort of came to me and she said, now I'm from Portsmouth and she is what we call a proper Pompey geezer. So I don't know nothing about blind. Well, it's just splendid news. Oh no, it's not blind, is it? What am I supposed to call you? Visually impaired. I said, oh, I think that means I'm ugly. Oh God, sorry, we'll stick with blind. So yeah, I had a chat with Trina, and to be fair, you know, having that conversation, she was somebody who just wanted to learn. So basically insisted that all of the staff learn how to sighted guide. And then we had a personal training session where I was the personal